So in this video, we will learn how to create a related record using ScreenFlow. For example, I want to create a related contact to this particular account. So till now we know two ways of creating a related contact or any related thing like lookup and master detail relationship. Okay, so one way is go to related tab and click on new, and you have to fill some details and click on save. It will create a related contact. And the other way is go to the contact tab itself, click on new, and then in the lookup field choose the account name which corresponding to which you want to create the contact. But using flow we can do it in a very simpler way. So I will show you how to create a related contact to account. So let's go to the setup. In the quick search we will search for flows, and if you are yet to watch those videos, then please first watch them. It will be better for understanding. So in the quick search, searching for flows, then we will click on new, then selecting screen flow. As I have told you before as well, the screen flow is used when there is an interaction with the user. The end user is entering some values. So here you can see the user will enter some values for the related contact. So hence we will use screen flow. Now here, first of all, we will create a screen where user will enter the field values for that related contact. So let's create a screen. So in the contact object, you can see I'm just showing you the fields on the contact object. So you can see last name is a mandatory field and all other are optional fields. So let's use some fields like last name, and let's use this picklist value as well, lead source. So I'm telling you a new thing here. In the previous videos we have seen that we can create as many as components we want in the screen. Like I want to add a text value, then we will use text, we will name it according to our need, and we can assign the value as well. But I can do it in a simpler way as well. I can directly refer to the fields of that particular object using this option. We will go to the fields, then we will create a thing called record variable. So let's name this record variable as contact record variable. Okay, selecting the object as contact. Now what is happening here? This record variable is referencing all the fields of that contact object. So we need not enter from here like we are entering text value and choosing number component for number field and pick list values. All the fields are directly coming from here, just saving our time. So let's select two things here. One is for name. Now this name will consist of first name and last name both. And for lead source is a picklist value field. So you will find this as well here. As I have said, all the fields are directly getting referenced. So selecting these two, and then let me remove this component, and let's name this screen as contact creation screen. Okay. Also we can add multiple screens as well, like this is the one screen, and we can also remove these buttons like pause and previous button from here. In the configure footer you will see hide previous, hide next, and hide pause button. So let me remove this as well. And in next or finish button we will use a custom value. We can enter directly here submit. Also you can use the next value. If you use next value, you can do one thing. I'm just telling you that you can create one more screen, and like you can enter some more fields here. So what will happen is, like when the user is on the flow, clicking on next, then one another section will appear, and he can enter the field values there also. Okay, but we are not doing here. So this is our screen to get the input of the name and the lead source field value for the contact. Now we need to create a record. So we will go to the create record element. Let's name is contact creation. Okay. Now here we will use separate resources variable and literal values because we are mapping. We are mapping the field values with the value the user has entered, and we are creating a record for which object? We are creating the record for contact object. Selecting contact here. Now we will be mapping the fields. So let's map lead source with the value which we are taking from that contact record variable. Now here you can see as soon as I click the contact record variable, all the fields get listed here. So which field we will use? We will use lead source. Here it is. So this is the input value from the user. And the what is the other field? The mandatory field, the name. Okay, so first name and last name. So last name is mandatory, so we'll use last name. Okay, so now here you can see the field for last name. Now this will take the value of the input by the user, its last name, and it will map it with the field value. And the other thing, the most important one, which will map the record, the contact record with that particular account only. Otherwise, how will I know? Suppose I create a related contact from here, but there are multiple accounts. So associate that contact record with which account? So for that, we need to map. We need to map it. And in the previous video as well, I have shown you this concept. Let me show you again here. So on the contact object, there is a field named account ID, which stores the account ID of the parent account. That means the account to whom the contact is looking up. Okay. So we will equate it to the value of a record variable. We will create a record variable. Let's name it account ID. Okay. Data type will be text because the ID is in the text format, and make sure to check this available for input option. Okay. So this account ID, this value we will get not from the user. We will get it when we will add this flow to the page. Okay. And then it will equate it with the already existing account ID field, and it will map only to that particular account only. So this is the way. Let me show you the demo. First of all, save it. Name it related contact creation flow. Account related contact creation flow. Let's activate this. Okay, let me show in the debug log as well. Here you can also see. Now here you can see all the values. Like I have in the record variable, I have just mentioned name, and you can see all the first name, last name, salutation, all the fields in this are included in it. And in the lead source, you can see all the picklist values. And like in the components, we have to add the picklist values ourselves. So it is saving time. And how is it saving time? It is saving time because we had created a record variable which is directly referencing all the fields of that object. So this is the way. So now let's add this flow to our UI. Now where we will add this in the UI? We will add it in the account detail page. Clicking on the gear icon, clicking on edit page. Let me add it here. In the standard option, let's select for flows. Okay. Now here we will select which flow. What was the name of the flow? Account related contact creation flow. Now this is the important thing. As I have told you in the previous videos as well, the account ID value, the variable which we have defined account ID. So on checking this pass record ID into this variable, what is happening is, suppose I am on this account, the account name is Anirudh. So the account ID of this account will be passed to this record ID. That means the record ID will pass to this variable named as account ID, which in turn will compare it with the account ID field on the contact object. That means it is mapping it. So the contact, related contact will be created for that account only on which page we are. Suppose we are on this account page, then the contact will be associated with this account only, not to any other account. So this is the way. Clicking on save and activation. So you have to check. I have already checked, that's why it is not showing. Otherwise you can check org default here. Clicking on back. So let's see whether we are able to create a related contact from flow. So let me use the name as Anirudh, last name as Garg, and let me choose lead source as phone inquiry. Clicking on submit, you can see here in the contact related list, you can see a related contact to this account. Expanding it, clicking on edit, you can see the values which we have defined. Last name as Garg and account name as Anirudh and lead source as phone inquiry. Now you may ask me that why it is not taking the value of salutation and first name. It is because in the flow we haven't mapped the value of salutation and that first name. You can see we have mapped only last name value, and we are getting this last name value from this record variable, contact record variable, which is referencing all the fields. So you can map all that values as well, so it will take that values as well. So this was all about this video. So currently we have done 3 examples of the screen flow. In the upcoming videos we will learn how to create a notification via screen flow, or also how to post to chatter via screen flow. Then we will proceed to scheduled flows and auto launch flows. So this is the roadmap. So if you are new to the channel, then do subscribe and share with your friends as well, because it's gonna be very interesting and there is no involvement of coding at all. So if you are from a non-coding background as well, it will be fine for you. Also, you can check my Trailblazer profile as well. Here is the link. I will give it in description as well. You can follow me there as well. And this is my LinkedIn profile link. You can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. So myself Anirudh Garg, as you may have known till now. And this is our playlist for Salesforce. I have posted this link in the comment box as well as in the description. So this was our Salesforce course, and there is no prerequisite at all. So don't worry if you are new to the Salesforce environment, and it's gonna help you a lot. Let me assure you. So thanks